Today I'm working on a 2003 Honda Element, and we are going to be replacing the passenger window regulator and motor assembly. So the first things we're going to need to do is we're going to need to pop this cover off. Yeah, it just does that. Perfect. Just don't break it. I don't think I did, but we'll find out. It's my car, so it's fine. Then we got to pull this cover off and get to the screws under there. And then we got that one there. We'll pop those off. You just use a flathead screwdriver. If you have a trim toolkit, it's going to be easier, but flathead works just fine. Looks like someone's been in here before, but we'll pop those out first. Okay, I actually ended up going and getting a pick. A screwdriver was going to be a little bit hard to get in there, but pick worked great. Highly recommend that. If you have one, just do that. It'll be a lot easier and you're not going to tear up your door panel. Oh, that stays on there. Okay, perfect. Okay, once you got those off, now we're going to disconnect our door handle. See if I can do this one-handed. So we're going to push that. Maybe. Hard to do one-handed. Never mind. Okay. Get that pushed over a little bit more. Okay, something like that, and then this just lifts up out of it. There we are. Just make sure you don't lose that. Pretty simple there. And now our door panel should just pop off. So let's see. There we go. Pop that off. Pull up or lift up. Oh shoot, you gotta take this guy off too, I guess. Oh, that just sits there? Okay. Oh no, this is broken. I don't know that I did that, but that's okay. Like I said, it's my car. I don't care. I'm a little more careful on everybody else's car. Okay, well, we're getting caught right here. Oh, I guess that's the piece that's supposed to come out. And maybe we'll try and put that back together and get out of there. Okay, I need 2 hands for that. Hang on. Okay, now everything's out of the way, and now you just lift up. I believe we have some cables attached, so don't drop it yet. Yeah, you're gonna want to unplug your what is that? That's your window switch. So go ahead and unplug that next. Well, unplug your window switch, which there should just be a little push tab here. Yep. You just push down on that, and it'll pop out. And then we got our speaker. Okay, well, looks like that is not factory, which that's fine. So normally you'll just unplug that, but I guess I won't be. So if it's like that, be careful, don't rip your wires out. Okay, once that door panel's out of the way and you pull this down, we're gonna pull out these 3. These are bolting on your motor for your window. And then after those, we will unbolt these 2 and these 2. Those appear to all be 10mm, or those ones are Phillips. These 3 you technically don't have to take all the way out, just loosen them enough to be able to slip your motor back in the door. Lastly, don't forget to unplug your motor. I'm gonna need 2 hands to do that since it's not attached anymore. Well, maybe not. There we go. Okay, yeah, but just don't forget to unplug your motor, and you'll have to pop this little clip back through the door too. Okay, once you got that unplugged, this should pretty much, we will have to unbolt from the window. That's going to be fun, because you can see we have that bolt there, and we have that, where's it at? Where we go, that bolt there, which you can get to them. You're gonna want to grab a ratchet if you have a ratchet, or a wrench if you have a ratcheting wrench. That's gonna make your life a lot easier. I had to reference another video because I'm struggling to get that bolt out, clearly. You are supposed to be able to lower the window down here. I can't do that because my window is broken. It won't go up or down anymore. It'll make noise, but it won't move. So you can get to them. It's hard. Do not cut yourself on this door. If you got skinny arms like me, you'll be fine. But if you don't got skinny arms and little hands, you're gonna have a hell of a time. I'll come back once I get that bolt out. Okay, once you finally get those 2 out, you're gonna want to make sure your window's secured up here so it doesn't just fall down in the door. And then you should be able to finagle this thing out through this hole here. Doing it. Okay, there we go. All right, now you're going to throw this down here on the ground. Yeah, I don't really know. I think something went wrong with the cable, because it just, one day the window fell down and wouldn't come back up. So now you're just going to want to get your new one, make sure they're similar enough. Well, this one has a lot more cable sticking out of it, so I'm gonna bet that was my problem. You just want to check your connectors, make sure they look the same, and they do. Okay, I see the old one has these spacers. You don't have to put those on. You will need to reuse the bolts. I don't think it came with new ones. It did not, which is fine. So we'll reuse these 3, pop those in there. Yeah, and we'll start piecing her back together. I'll do my best to do it one-handed, but we're gonna go in like that, maybe, possibly. Let's put the motor in there first. Okay. Okay, that was impressive. All right, so that's in there-ish. And just make sure you get your bolts started in your motor before you get it in here. All right, once you get those 3 lined up. Oh, I got one in there a little bit too tight. Gotta loosen that a little bit. Maybe, there we go. There we are. Those wiggled in there. There we are. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten those 3 back down real quick. Something else that'll make this easier, start this bolt. Because this one has that lovely little thing, so you can hook it in there and it'll hold itself. Okay, once you get that one started, you can get your others in there. Just make sure you pay attention. The 4 short bolts are for your regulator, and then your 2 long bolts are for what holds the window to the regulator. Once I get these tightened, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my tape and drop the window down, because the way you're supposed to put these in is have the bolts lined up there, so it's a lot easier. Make sure you plug in your window controls and plug in your motor, otherwise nothing's gonna happen. And we'll get that lined up. I think we're good there, maybe. I don't know, I can't tell. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't work here. Okay, yeah, we gotta be able to get to, you can barely see over that little hole right there. Okay, got that drop down. Also, if you need tips on keeping your window up, just layer some painter's tape and shove it in there. This has been held in place since February and it's October, so this is held up for 8 months. I just used the painter's tape and packing tape, and that worked really well. I've only had to fix it once. But yeah, now you can see those are lined up. I thought it was a small hole. It's not. It's a big hole, clearly. Your 2 long bolts are going to go in there, so we're going to put those in there. Then I'll start throwing this back together, and I will test it, and you can too, obviously, but do not roll your window all the way up until you have all the sticky stuff off. I've had it happen where I rolled the window up after replacing it, which is fine, and we used it for a while, but I neglected to clean the sticky off of it, and it actually ended up ruining that motor too, so I still have to go replace it in that car again. So make sure you get yourself some acetone or some Goo Gone or something and get all this crap off of the window before you ever roll it up, just so you don't burn up your brand new motor. All right, got that hooked back up. Let's see. All right, we do work. So like I said, first thing I'm gonna do is get all that sticky crap off. I'm gonna lift that up a little bit more. And maybe more than that. There we go. Yeah. Well, now go get you a razor blade and some adhesive remover of some kind. Get that crap scraped off of there. You'll be good to go. Door panel's pretty self-explanatory, but good luck. Hope it helps someone out with this video.